Alright, this is the part 2 from the 7.78, 1 through 10. This is 6 through, this is 6 through 10. I did the 1 through 5 in the other video. Let's look at number 6. It says, Melanie opened her savings account for $50. Each month, Melanie deposited the same amount of money into the account. She recorded the balance of her savings account in the table below. So the table has the number of months, M, and the total savings, T. Let's look at the question at the bottom here. It says, which equation represents T, the total amount of money in Melanie's savings account at the end of M months? F says T equals 50 times M plus 50. G, T equals 100 times M plus 50. H, T equals 150 times M plus 50. And J, T equals 75 times M plus 50. Those are the choices. So you have your equation here, y equals mx plus b. The m, of course, is the per, each, every. B is your y-intercept, which is the start, beginning of t. Did she begin with something? Okay. Did she have money in the account before? And it says there, look, Melanie opened her savings account with $50. So there was already $50 to begin with. Look at the key word I said. There's $50 to begin with. And then, and look what it says there, each month, Melanie deposited the same amount of money into the account. Okay, so then, how much did she deposit per month? Is what it says, which equation? Well, that's what they want to know. Okay, well, how much is it per month? Well, what you can do is you can find a pattern. For example, here, from here, from here. If you notice it's going from 0 months to 2, well, that's 2. From 2 months to 4, that's also 2. And from 4 months to 6, that's also 2. And then let's look at the pattern over here. Well, we were at $50, now we're at $200. How much did it go up? Well, if we do the math, 150 plus 50 is 200. Now let's look here, 200 to 350. How much did it go up? Well, 200 plus 150 is 350, so it went up 150. And then from 350 to 500, well, if you add 350 plus 150, it does give you 500. So it went up 150. So then my pattern for the M's months is 2, and my T, and for total savings T is 150. And so now, what does this mean? Well, that means that we have the change in the Y's over the change in the X's. Okay. Now this is my months, is my X, and T is my total savings is my Y. So all you got to do is put the numbers, your pattern, which was 150, and then the pattern for the X was 2. Okay, and the answer to this should be the number that goes here, because this number is the one that it started with, and you should know where that number goes in, because the keyword that I mentioned earlier. Number 7, an equation is shown below. Y equals negative 50 times x plus 750. Which of the following does not? Okay, does not, it says there, que no. So does not match the equation shown. When you read this equation, think of the words start, begin. Okay, so for example, this one here, 750, should have start or begin or something to that extent. This one should have the words each, every, and per. And so you have to read each one. So I'm going to read each one, and then you're going to decide, okay, which one does not match. Okay, so let's look at A. A swimming pool had 750 gallons of water in it at the beginning of the day. The water is being drained at a constant rate of 50 gallons per hour. That's A. B. Coach Cruz saved $50 a month until she had a total of $750 in her account. C. A skier ascended 750 feet up a mountain slope and then skied down the slope of the mountain at a rate of 50 meters per minute. D. A charged cell phone has 750 volts of power. Each hour, approximately 50 volts of power are used by the owner. So one of them does not match. And I'll give you one that does, because you're looking for the one that does not match. C. C is true. A skier ascended 750 feet. So think here, he's at a mountain. He went up, and he's here now. And what's he's over here, 750 feet. What's he going to do now? This is where he's going to start. And now he's going to ski down. He's going to go down this way. And he's going to ski down 50 meters per minute. So that means if he's going down, that's a negative 50. And that's why you see here, negative 50. See, he started here because he climbed all the way up here. Now he's going to ski all the way down. And so remember, he's going down this mountain. And he's going to be traveling at 50 meters per minute. Going, descending, skiing down. So when he's going down, it's a negative. That's why you see a negative there. So look at the other choices. See which one could be the answer. Okay. Number 8. Which of the equations are? Which of the following linear equations best represents the graph below? This is the graph. F says y equals negative half x plus 10. G, y equals 10x or 10 times x minus 2. H is y equals to negative 2x plus 10 or negative 2 times x plus 10. J, y equals 2x plus 10, or you can say y equals 2 times x plus 10. You're going to use rise over run again. Okay, you're going to find first your y-intercept and then find your m, or your slope. Okay, now this is equal to the m. And so what you can do first, you can find is the y-intercept. So find the y-intercept by look at your line, and where does it touch the y-axis? Your y-axis is right here. So this is your y-axis right here, all the way down. So where do those two lines meet? Okay, and they meet there, right there. So you should be able to tell me, okay, what is that number? And then according to the equation y equals mx plus b, this is my y-intercept. That's where that number goes. So if you look at your choices, you should be able to eliminate one already. Now you want to find the slope. All you got to do is pick 2 points. Let's say you pick this one here and pick this one here. Okay. Do rise over run. I'm going to rise up. How much did I rise up? Well, you look here. Look at your numbers. You went from 4 to 6. And then I went to the left. How much did I go? From 3 to 2. Okay, so remember, your rise is on top. Your run is at the bottom. If you go up, it's positive. If you go down, it's negative. If you go to the right, it's positive. If you go to the left, it's negative. Think there. Rise, run. And that number that you get should be the one that goes here. In other words, these guys, next to the letter. Number 9, a submarine started the day at sea level and then descended at a rate of 1,200 feet per hour. The equation y equals negative 1200x or 1200 times x can be used to determine the depth of the submarine. Which of the following table contains a set of values that corresponds to the equation? So A has a set of numbers for the table, time, hours, x, depth, feet, y. B, same thing, time, hours, x, depth, feet, y. It just has different numbers for x, different numbers for y. C, same thing, time and hours, x, the numbers there. Depth in feet is your y, and the numbers are there. Be careful with some of the negatives. D, time and hours, x, and depth, feet is y. So what you're going to do is the same thing like the other problem. This is similar to, I'll show you right now, similar to this one here. Okay, it's similar to number 6. So look at number 6 to get you some ideas how to answer this problem. Just remember, a submarine started. Look at the keyword there. Started. At sea level. Sea level is at 0.00. That's a key thing there. It has to have 0, 0 in the table, because sea level, this here means this point, 0, 0. So that point has to be on the table. So you should be able to eliminate something, because if it doesn't have the sea level, then it's not, it can't be the answer. And you have to pick up this word here, descended. Does that mean positive or negative? And just remember, feet per hour. We can answer that. Number 10. Number 10 is another problem just like the other one I'll show you right now. It says, let me read number 10. Which of the following graphs is represented by the linear equation y equals 2/3 x plus 1? So the equation there, because I know it's kind of small, 2/3 x plus 1. So right, y equals 2/3 x plus 1. So the m, this is your y equals mx plus b. Well, they're giving you the equation. They're telling you your b. Match it up. See, look, the y is there. This is the m. That's the x. That's the b. So then my b is equal to 1. My m is equal to 2/3. Now remember, this b stands for Y-intercept. That's where the line touches the y-axis. So, for example, let me pick the wrong answer. Okay, let me pick the wrong answer. Let's see. Okay, I'll pick this one here. I think the answer is there. Okay. So now, if the answer is there, then my y-intercept, I'll put y-int is equal to 1, and my slope is equal to 2/3. So let me do my y-intercept equals 1. So that means this is the point 1 right here. That's 1. Is the line touching my point? And yes, it is. The line is touching the point and the y-axis. That means that this is my y-intercept. This is correct. Now let's see if this is the slope also. Well, let's see here. From here, I'm going to do +2, +3. So remember, it's rise over run. So from here, I'm going to rise 2, because that's what rise over run means. So rise over run. So I'm going to go up 1, 2. I went up 2. Okay, that's correct. So far, we're good. And then it's 3. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And I did go 3. But I went to the left. And so this rise over run is actually 2 over -3, which is not the same thing as that. So these two guys don't match. So that's why that's not the answer. You got to figure out which one does match using the same strategy. All right, good luck.